Prime Field.
Welcome to Prime Field. In sports, coaches build careers on solving problems. They study film, dissect schemes, and design countermeasures for every conceivable threat. But what happens when a team presents a problem with no right answer? A threat so multifaceted that to defend one part of it is to leave another equally dangerous part exposed. This is the dilemma facing every opponent of the 2025-26 LSU women's basketball team. The problem is rooted in three players, a backcourt trio operating with a devastating synergy. The senior All-American scorer Flau'jae Johnson, the elite sharpshooter Mikaylah Williams, and the electric playmaker MiLaysia Fulwiley. Together they form a strategic nightmare, forcing defenses into a series of impossible choices. Their convergence on one roster at this specific moment has ignited a profound question that echoes through the sport. Can this LSU backcourt become the most offensively dominant trio in the history of NCAA women's basketball by blending their distinct talents in a way no team has before? To understand the potential of the whole, one must first examine the pieces. Each member of the LSU backcourt brings a specialized, high-level skill set that functions as a pillar of the offense. The foundation is Flau'jae Johnson. Now a senior, Johnson is the team's established emotional leader and proven offensive engine. An All-American who averaged 18.6 points per game last season. Her ability to create her own shot and perform under pressure provides the anchor. She is the known quantity, the primary threat that every defense must account for first. Then there is Mikaylah Williams. The former SEC Freshman of the Year directly addresses a critical weakness in LSU's previous campaigns, perimeter shooting. Williams is an elite threat from beyond the arc, connecting on 39% of her three-point attempts. Her presence fundamentally alters the geometry of the court, stretching defenses thin and creating the space necessary for her teammates to operate. Completing the trio is MiLaysia Fulwiley. The reigning SEC Sixth Player of the Year is a force of kinetic energy. She is a creative playmaker and a lethal threat in the open court. Fulwiley's ability to break down defenses with speed, vision, and relentless drives puts constant pressure on the rim, forcing defenders to react, collapse, and ultimately make mistakes. A scorer, a shooter, and a dynamo, three distinct weapons, each forged through their own path to this moment. This offensive force was not assembled overnight. It was built piece by piece over several seasons of its development and strategic necessity. The timeline begins with Flau'jae Johnson's steady ascent. During the 2023-24 season, she solidified her role not just as a scorer, but as the primary offensive architect for the Tigers, setting a foundation of reliable production. The following season, 2024-25, marked a turning point. Mikaylah Williams arrived and made an immediate impact, earning SEC Freshman of the Year honors. Her proficiency from three-point range was not just a bonus, it was a solution. The team's offensive structure now had the floor spacing, an element it critically lacked. That same season, MiLaysia Fulwiley emerged from the bench to become one of the most impactful reserves in the country. Her transition scoring and playmaking ability added a dynamic, unpredictable dimension to the offense. It was a breakout performance that earned her the SEC's Sixth Player of the Year award. The 2024-25 season, while successful, had exposed the exact vulnerabilities that Williams and Fulwiley were uniquely equipped to solve. Now, entering 2025-26, the individual components are no longer just developing. They have arrived. And the LSU coaching staff has reportedly designed an entire offensive system to maximize their complementary skills. The result of this convergence is a tactical dilemma for which there is no easy answer. The offensive power of this LSU backcourt is not just additive, it is exponential. Consider the choices an opposing coach must make. Devote extra defensive attention to Flau'jae Johnson, and Mikaylah Williams is left with the time and space she needs on the perimeter. Close out too aggressively on Williams' shooting, and it opens driving lanes for Johnson and MiLaysia Fulwiley to attack the paint. Attempt to contain Fulwiley's drives by collapsing the defense, and she can find Williams spotting up for a clean look from deep, or Johnson moving into an open mid-range area. The fundamental principles of help defense are turned against themselves. Every solution creates a new, equally urgent problem. This dynamic represents a conflict of basketball ideology. It pits traditional defensive schemes, which are often designed to take away a team's primary option, against a new model of offense where three players can simultaneously function as that primary option. On social media and in analytical circles, it is consistently described with one phrase: impossible defensive choices. The history of women's college basketball is filled with legendary backcourts. UConn's iconic trio of Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, and Swin Cash set a standard for winning. Baylor has produced guards with immense individual talent, but the argument for this LSU trio rests not on individual accolades alone, but on their unprecedented functional balance. While other historic groups featured incredible star powers, few combined these specific complementary archetypes so seamlessly. A proven high-volume scorer, a dedicated elite percentage shooter, and a hyper-athletic, transition-oriented playmaker. The statistical projections reflect this unique blend. The trio's combined output in points, assists, and steals is forecasted to challenge, if not surpass, the metrics of past legendary backcourts. According to analysts, their ability to create offense in different ways, slashing, shooting, and fast breaks, makes their collective production ceiling remarkably high. The debate, as seen on forums like Reddit, acknowledges this distinction. Fans and experts note that while some past trios may have had more individual WNBA level talent, none presented this exact, unsolvable schematic puzzle. This is what separates potential from historical significance. The stakes for the 2025-26 season are therefore immense, and they extend far beyond a single championship run. In the immediate term, this backcourt gives LSU the offensive firepower to dominate the SEC and position itself as a formidable contender for the national title. It elevates the entire program's profile and places it at the center of the national conversation. But the long-term legacy could be far more transformative. If Flau'jae Johnson, Mikaylah Williams, and MiLaysia Fulwiley achieve what is projected, they will set a new standard for offensive backcourt construction in women's college basketball. They will provide a blueprint, a model that could influence recruiting philosophies, offensive design, and defensive strategies across the sport for years to come. For fans, this season represents more than just a box score. It is the thrill of watching a tactical evolution unfold in real time. It's a story of three distinct talents aligning to create something potentially historic. The 2025-26 season will be the ultimate test, a campaign that will determine if this unsolvable problem on the court becomes a permanent solution in the history books. While the potent backcourt of Johnson, Williams, and Fulwiley prepares to lead the charge, another force is assembling behind them. A new wave of talent, ranked number 1 in the nation, has arrived in Baton Rouge. This is LSU's 2025 freshman class, but the story of their arrival defies the typical narrative. In an era defined by immediate stardom and headline statistics, the true impact of this class is projected to be more subtle, more strategic. Their value lies not in supplanting the established stars, but in reinforcing them. This raises a different but equally crucial question. How will the most heralded recruiting class in the country make its mark? Not in the box score, but in the margins where championships are often decided. It's a narrative that challenges the very definition of freshman impact. The strength of this class is rooted in specialization. Each player arrives with a distinct skill set designed to solve a specific documented need for the LSU roster. The most critical of these is Bella Hines. Her mission is singular: provide elite three-point shooting. Last season, LSU ranked a staggering 291st nationally in three-point makes per game. It was a glaring statistical weakness. Hines is the direct answer. She's not expected to be a primary creator, but a pure shooter. A floor spacer whose presence on the perimeter will stretch defenses and open the entire offense. Her gravity will create driving lanes for players like Fulwiley and provide crucial operating space in the post. While Hines provides spacing, another freshman is tasked with maintaining momentum. Bourrage, the number 7 recruit in the country, projects as the engine of the second unit. High school footage reveals a dynamic facilitator, skilled in transition with a reliable step-back jumper. Her primary role will be to lead the offense when the starters rest, to be the spark plug who ensures there is no drop-off in energy or execution. Beyond the specialists, this class offers a powerful strategic weapon: versatility. McDonald's All-American ZaKiyah Johnson and top 20 forward Grace Knox are prized for their ability to play and defend multiple positions. This flexibility is a significant asset for head coach Mulkey, a tactician known for exploiting matchups. With Johnson and Knox, Mulkey can deploy a fluid, adaptable lineup. Against smaller teams, she can create a big lineup that dominates the paint and the glass. Against more traditional lineups, she can employ a small ball look that leverages their combined athleticism to create defensive chaos and offensive mismatches. They are, in essence, strategic chess pieces. Their presence allows the coaching staff to tailor the team's identity on a game-by-game, or even possession-by-possession basis. In the community of basketball analysts, this ability is frequently referred to as a matchup nightmare, a rare and valuable commodity in the collegiate game. Ultimately, the 2025 freshman class represents a masterclass in modern roster construction. Their arrival redefines the purpose of a top-ranked recruiting class. It is not about a collection of individuals seeking the spotlight, but a group of complementary talents integrated to elevate the whole. Their immediate impact is clear: to stabilize the bench, provide tactical options, and solve specific statistical deficiencies. They are the specialists who will space the floor, the engine that will drive the second unit, and the versatile defenders who will allow for strategic dominance. In the long term, if these players succeed in these designated roles, this LSU team could set a new standard. It would demonstrate that the foundation of a championship contender is built not just with star power, but with strategic depth. The established backcourt provides the immense firepower, but it is the nuanced, versatile, and specialized talent of this freshman class that will forge the architecture of a potential dynasty.
Prime Field!